And now to a News for Jax I-Team investigation. 34-year-old Robert Derenberg is a former federal employee working for the Department of Justice in Jacksonville. He now faces child pornography charges. Federal agents found more than 1,600 images of child porn on his personal computer. Information on this case wasn't released to the public until I-Team investigator Vic Micolucci uncovered related documents, and Vic's joining us live with disturbing information. Vic.
And Kent, prosecutors here at the federal courthouse downtown work a lot of cases involving possession of child pornography, but this time it involves one of their own colleagues. That's why they changed it to another jurisdiction. That man has since pleaded guilty. 1,630 images of child pornography, 270 of those were videos. That's what Homeland Security Investigations agents noted they found on Robert Derenberg's personal laptop. The 34-year-old, an IT specialist for the Department of Justice. He was based at Jacksonville's federal courthouse. The News for Jax I-Team dug up documents showing the investigation into the former government employee. It started in November 2018 when investigators say Derenberg's girlfriend discovered file names that were indicative of child pornography. She took screenshots, but later noticed Derenberg had deleted the screenshots from her phone. Documents show one of the files included sex acts on an 8-year-old girl. The girlfriend called police. Federal agents arrested him at work and found he had a loaded gun on him. Surveillance video shows he was wearing it inside the courthouse without checking it in. That's a crime. Investigators also searched his truck. There, they recovered a loaded 9mm pistol, a plastic cup filled with marijuana, the HP laptop, and an Apple iPad mini, 6 thumb drives, and multiple SD cards. Derenberg worked for the Middle District U.S. Attorney's Office, but prosecutors there recused themselves, asking the Northern District in Tallahassee to take over the case. In March, Derenberg pleaded guilty to knowing possession of child pornography. That comes with a maximum of 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine. He'll have to register as a sex offender, but he will not face further charges as part of the plea agreement.
I hadn't heard a word about it, so it's been handled rather quietly.
Curtis Fallgatter is a former federal prosecutor who's now a defense attorney. He says the evidence appears to be stacked against Derenberg, which could be why he pleaded guilty instead of going to trial.
So it's very difficult to defend those. If it's on there and you're possessing it, that's the crime. So they're very difficult to defend, which means they almost always result in a plea agreement.
This morning, I reached out to Derenberg's attorney by phone and by email. So far, I have not heard back from him for comment. I did reach out to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Tampa, and their spokesman got back to me. He said that Derenberg worked for the DOJ from 2003 to 2019, so more than 15 years on the job here working for the government. He says he is no longer an employee and said the office had no further comment. If anything changes, of course, we'll let you know. But for now, we are live at the federal courthouse downtown. I'm Vic Micolucci, Channel 4, the local station.